Hi, my name is Mitch Bertrang. I'm with the Minnesota wing of the Commemorative Air Force, and we're here today with our North American Aviation B-25 Bomber J. This particular airframe rolled off the assembly line in Kansas City on November 10th, 1944. We've had possession of it since the early 1980s and started restoration at that point. Took 10 years before it took first flight. Since then, many years later, we're still doing restoration on this aircraft. This is a prime example of what the J model was. There wasn't A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, and a J. The H's and the J's were basically the last aircraft that were made. We have a fully functional Bendix turret on top here. It will rotate and elevates. We have a Norton bomb sight in front of the aircraft. We have a rear 50 cal independent hydraulic electric gun position in the back of the aircraft. And all the radios have been installed. So if you get a chance to walk around the airplane, I think you'll really enjoy it. We also can drop ordnance with this aircraft. All the solenoids, everything works inside the bomb bay. One thing to really point out here is the artwork on this aircraft. This was painted by Qualic. He originally painted the first Miss Mitchell. This is not the original Miss Mitchell. After the end of the war, that aircraft went into surplus and then was pulled out of surplus and went to Aberdeen Proving Ground, and it was a recipient of an air-to-ground missile, and that was its last mission. So one of the members of the Commemorative Air Force Minnesota wing, Ray Osley, was one of our members. He was also the crew chief on all three crews of the original Miss Mitchell. So when they decided what to name it, it really seemed fitting to name it after his original B-25 Miss Mitchell. That was a gatefold for, and it was a Esquire magazine gatefold, December of 1943, I believe was, yes, that was that issue. So as we walk around the aircraft, we have the famous Norton bomb sight right here that was on a lot of different aircraft. It was always, sort of publicized that it could bomb a pickle barrel. That wasn't necessarily true, but that's what the media portrayed it as. This would be the classic Greenhouse J. Now, when Miss Mitchell came into the Mediterranean, it actually did have cheek packs. Those were removed when they brought it in because it wasn't going to be a ground attack aircraft. They also took out the alcohol systems, the oxygen out of it, and they took the heaters out of it. So when you look inside our aircraft, we're restoring it as Miss Mitchell. And that's also why you don't see de-icing boots on the front of the aircraft. Those were removed. Coming around here, so we have two R2600 Curtiss Wright twin row Cyclone engines, 1,700 horsepower they put out at 2,600 cubic inches. We just installed right now, we just put brand new mains in, so we have the diamond treads, in fact, on this aircraft. Coming along here, let's look up inside. We do have the radio rack. We have the SCR 522 VHF radios. On top of the bomb bay, to the right of the bomb bay, you have an SCR 966-A IFF there. So there aren't a whole lot of aircraft that have an original correct IFF in here. And it also has the impact switch or the inertia switch. Everything is installed in this aircraft. The only thing we have left are the feeds for the 50 cals. And after all these many years, we will have those installed because the stainless steel rails are being, they're being manufactured. We have the SCR 578 Gibson grill here. That would be your survival radio and the balloon antenna, that sort of thing in here. These are markers, basically smoke bombs, ammunition boxes, and the rear gun position back there. That is a Bell turret. So a turret does not have to rotate. It can just simply go up and down and left and right. Some of the restoration things that we're going to be working on besides the belts, the rear feeds to the belt gun position, and also working on armor plating. So we still probably have another 10 years worth of restoration to go on this aircraft. About 150,000 rivets in this aircraft. It was made by, like I told you, North American Aviation Kansas City. There was roughly 23,000 employees that worked there at peak production, and they were pushing off an aircraft about every 2 hours, 40-ish minutes, somewhere in there, to give you an idea of what the production rate was on this aircraft.
747 U104 is about to turn left base for a pass down runway 15. We'll break left.
So Hayden Prophet, the second with Smoke and Thunder Jet Shows. I live in Texas. Got my crew chief with me, Bob Ferry. He's also out of Texas. This is our twin engine jet powered pickup truck we call Hot Streak 2. It's a 1957 Chevrolet cabin fenders. It's a fiberglass. It's not a steel truck. It's a 4130 chromoly tube chassis. We have two Westinghouse J34-48 jet engines in it. At sea level with afterburner, we make about 13,000 pounds of thrust, equivalent to about 25,000 horsepower. And we'll be out here doing a couple demonstrations today. See a lot of smoke, fire, and then we'll race a couple airplanes. I believe we're racing the T6 Texan, and then later in the day we'll be racing the T-33.
Right down on the deck, and here goes Hayden right now. He's accelerating. Jeff has got a big lead. I think it's drag race that's known as a hole shot. As they come by us here at Airshow Center, we got a win for Hayden Prophet in the incredible run out there. Ladies and gentlemen, here's Hayden Prophet the second, and the beautiful Hot Streak 2. Here we go, here we go, here we go.
Good morning. My name is Master Corporal Tyler Owen. I'm with the Canadian Armed Forces. Right now I'm part of the CAF PT team, the Canadian Armed Forces parachute teams, SkyHawks. So what we do is a show routine consisting of 5 formations. We have the Canadian T, we have the parabatics, the candy cane, the tri-by-side, and the 3-stack drag. So you'll see some of those performances during the Quad City Airshow. Why I joined the team is I was looking to progress my skydiving skills, becoming more proficient at skydiving, be a part of a good professional team. I've been skydiving since 2012, on and off throughout the years. Currently I have about 300 jumps, and I'm looking to get a lot more and a lot more experience with the team. We have a lot of good air shows that we're going to throughout the season, and I'm definitely looking forward to it.